poll closings instead of.
Is it saying I won Vermont? Who made the electoral map though? Because it was
It
really
was it
bad.
was a combination of me and Ashton. Anyway, welcome.
Okay. Well, welcome to the season 4 election recap. We're here today, talking about the 7 p.m. poll closings. We're going to be going through every state and talking about the election. We have both candidates here today and a commentator, Kenneth Coyne. So everyone say hi.
Bye, Kenneth. I'm kicking you.
Hello.
Okay, that was a pretty terrible goodbye. I mean, hello. So let's talk about Vermont. So T-Dog, it went exceedingly well in the.
Honestly, Grover should have won Vermont. How did Grover won
Um,
all the conservative states, and I won Vermont?
no, because the Northeast is relatively moderate, liberal moderate.
Let's get the
Yeah, but not
full
Vermont.
election map up.
Vermont's senator is literally a communist right now. So
Yes, but still, they're relatively moderate. I think I should have won New Mexico. I should have told
So
Ashton
you
to
can
give me
see
New
here
Mexico.
that T-Dog went and won every state
no,
in
I
the
like the
Northeast,
minorities.
including Robert Sanders, President Sanders' former state of New Hampshire. He takes both. He takes all districts in Maine, while Grover sweeps the rest of the country except California, New Mexico, and Missouri.
Grover sweeps everything else. And there's just Missouri. It's like when Sam Martinez only won Missouri in like season 18 or
Yep,
something like that. It was season 17, and he only won.
Missouri was competitive too.
It was?
Well,
What?
okay, let's start off with the impressions of the candidates. So, Grover, how do you think you did in season 4, and how would you rate your performance
Why
going
are you
forward?
rejoining the call?
Oh, I would like to issue a few recounts in a few states because of voter fraud. There were a lot of illegals that voted for Grover in Arizona.
There was one person who wasn't in MEC, or wasn't
A
ever in.
lot of voters.
Okay. Well, I asked a question. So,
Well, I'd like to say I did pretty good, considering I won in a landslide, 60-35. Yeah.
If people actually cared about the community, though, and were actually active, it likely wouldn't have gone the way it did. They just
well,
voted for him because he PM'd them too.
Yeah, I PM'd them, but that means I actually campaigned. You
yeah,
didn't.
if you
I
PM'd
PM'd
them,
a lot of people. You just got to a lot of people
you
first
PM'd
because I was at
approximately
school.
14 people
Possibly 14. Where do you get these numbers?
from the amount of voters you have.
Okay, actually, if you want to go check my PMs, I PM'd
Well,
like
actually, if I want to go check
like
the results right
30
now, it was
people.
24 votes to 14.
Well, it's also your fault that you didn't win over voters.
Actually, I was gone. I couldn't PM people because I was at school and the hangout was blocked.
For the
Well,
entire week you're at school.
Entire week. It was insane. It was like this camp.
That sounds very unlikely.
But no, I'm talking about like when the election ballot was released. I
So in
couldn't PM
District 1,
people to go
David
vote for
Serrano
me.
Garcia won over incumbent Raging Potato with a pretty large
Yay!
margin, 57% to 35%. This was a
He made
surprise
mashed
among
potatoes out of him.
many commentators. What is your take on this election? Why do you think David Serrano won over the incumbent Raging Potato?
Because Raging Potato is very unpopular and David is a rising star, and not only this mech but actual mech. So
Okay, Tom Kirkman wins with 80 with 86% of the vote in District 2. With 32 votes, Tristan Quarterly with 1 vote, Chicken Nuggets with 1 vote, Abstain with 1 vote, literally anybody else with 1 vote, and anyone else with 1 vote. So how do you think Tom Kirkman did, and why so many literally anyone else votes?
there was only 2 literally anyone else votes, and it was both of my alts. So
I see. District 3, Ashton Shabazz won with 83% of the vote, 29 votes. Infinite Kid got 2. Robert Sanders, 1. Abstain, 1. Anyone with an IQ above 20,
Ooh,
1.
that's a good one.
Fucking
That
Hitler,
was tough.
1.
Well, I think that
Ooh,
vote
the
should have went
Hitler
to
one was
Ashton
me,
Shabazz,
and
considering he
anyone
does
with
have
an
an IQ
IQ
over
over
20.
120, that was Tom Kirk.
So, incumbent Ashton Shabazz obviously faced numerous challenges, with Infinite Kid getting the most out of all the other challengers. How do you think?
That's correct. How did he get the most out of out of every other challenger if a challenger won?
What?
You said that Infinite Kid got the most votes than any other challenger, but
Yeah, any other
David was a
challenger,
challenger and he
any other
won.
challenger than Ashton Shabazz. With any other challenger than the winner is what I meant. Any other than Robert Sanders, abstain. Anyone with an IQ above 40 or fucking Hitler. At, so Infinite Kid got 2 separate votes without running in this election.
That's because people like to meme things a lot.
Well, obviously. And then District 4, Dave Schneier, the incumbent, wins with 95% of the vote, the largest vote.
I regret voting for him.
Yeah, no. I was surprised
I should
myself.
have used all of my alts to vote against him, to be honest.
Those alts would have been deleted.
Actually, no, because all of my votes were alts.
Moving on. Phil Scott gets 1 vote in District 4. Abstain also gets a vote.
I think I know who the Phil Scott person was who voted Phil Scott.
Irish, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I thought that was David Delaney. Okay.
David Delaney
it was-
doesn't like this community. He hates
I
this community,
I
actually.
sent him to vote though, so
He hates this community.
no, he voted though for me.
Talking with him in a call, he does not like this community.
Well, he voted for me, so that's good.
The thing I don't
Yeah, he
understand
hates the community, so what a better way than to kill it?
Oh, I see how it is.
I'd be fine if this community died, to be honest. But
Oh, what?
District 5 going to a runoff. This is interesting. This was the most competitive General Assembly seat. Aaron Steeman getting 19% of the votes with 7 votes.
Isn't he dead or something like that?
Mayowa Olabode getting 38% of the vote with 14 votes. And Vice President Robert F. Kennedy with 41% of the vote.
How did
votes.
Robert F. Kennedy do that? Like, he would never do that well in actual mech.
Surprise,
Well, this
surprise.
is an actual mech.
District 5 is
Yeah, this mech is where all the people with no brains go.
District 5 is going to a runoff. Who do you think will win out of Mayowa and Vice President Robert F. Kennedy now that Aaron Steeman will not
Sadly,
be in the race?
Mr. Robert F. Kennedy, but out of which candidate is better and actually has good legislation and policies and knowledge of politics and does not quit out of everything and be annoying and run for things and kick people from the mech chat for no reason, Mayowa Olabode is clearly the better choice. But if you just ignore all of the huge flaws with Robert F. Kennedy.
Okay, well, that has been Election Night Recap Season 4. Goodbye to this community.